Saucepan, Panapon, and Saucepan a second time. Hi, how's it going? It's the post-Christmas, pre-New Year's special video spectaculatron, where the same thing as usual happens. Right, that's the best gift you can gift. Let's get started. Tunson, hey there, cow. Have you heard of Binding of Isaac Antibirth? I have, from the Something Awful Binding of Isaac forum. Apparently, it's pretty complicated. It's probably not going to be part of Nouveau Birth Plus. I forgot the name. Afterbirth Plus Cross. Is it Cross or Plus? How do you pronounce the Cross? It's a fan-made DLC-sized mod for Rebirth. Just thought you should know. You can find out more at... It's been released shortly after I posted this. I think, yeah, it's released. Apparently, people think is very powerfully made mod. I'm just personally not super, like, I'm looking forward to the official thing, but I've heard, like, I know that they wanted to add, like, basically mod stuff into Afterbirth Plus. So a lot of people have been hoping that basically the best of the anti-birth stuff just end up being part of the real game. And that's kind of what I'm hoping to. Just have everything that's good together. Have fun together. But thanks for the heads up, though. It's nice to know that if something's gonna happen, that some peeps are just gonna be right up there and keep me informed. A luxury not a lot of people have. Belmore! Hola, Rao Cow! Christmas is over! Time for metal! Resistemor! I guess that's resist and die. Except grammatically it makes absolutely no sense, but you never know in this day and age. Sebaton, resist and bite. Oh, that kind of Mao. Okay. Oh, because... Alright, you spelled it with a D, not a T. That's my fault. I am the worst. How's it going? What are your plans, if any, for New Year's Eve? My plans mainly revolve around blasting the sky with as many fireworks as I can afford. My New Year's tend to be extremely lax and not a whole lot happening. That's just how I like my things going, honestly. I'm quite happy with just chilling. Usually I just spend the night, like, online with AOD or something. It makes it easy for me because my midnight is like 9 p.m. for him, so... More on Agony. The effects of music, the magical art, is called tune, depends on the instrument used, and a more powerful form of tune can be used to create magical instruments and to compose powerful scores. Funny detail, the harpsichord is not available to player characters, called the Inspired, as that instrument was chosen by the setting equivalent of the devil, called the Mask, for himself and his allies. The powerful form of sculpture shape can be used in two ways, either to create living creatures or powerful artifacts out of glass, stone, wood, metal, and cloth. The simpler form of shape can be used to change the consistency, weight, and shape of an object. The race available to players in Agony includes ogres, minotaurs, and giants. If you want to be a super strong bruiser, you totally can. Now for new stuff. You are a mage, and during your first adventure, a goblin charges at you. Weave a spell to dissuade him. Read carefully and describe the effects. Okay. I mean, weave a spell to dissuade him. So I need to read. Okay. Cast a spell in. When you weave a spell to help solve a problem, describe it and roll .ent. Roll D to 6 plus 2. Alright. Assuming intelligence is 16. Spells cast this way can never deal damage directly. Okay. So I can't do something. So I need to basically solve this goblin charging at us, but I can't deal damage directly. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to shape the earth in the form of a giant braying bull that just makes a ruckus and tries to intimidate the goblin with its size and intimidating gestures. I'm gonna do my roll of T6 plus 2. Let's see here. If I do wizard dice roller, I can go to my good old dice roller. So do T6 plus 2. I'm just gonna see here. Duty 6 plus 2. I rolled a 10. I rolled a 10. Let's see what that gives us. On a 10 plus, the spell certainly helps, but choose 1 from the list. On 10, the spell takes effect, but choose 2. On a miss, something's gone horribly wrong. Okay, so basically I'll need to choose 1. Okay, so your spell won't last long, either you take advantage of it, or spell effects either much more or much less than you want it to. Spell obviously side effects might draw unwanted attention. Casting saps your energy, take 1 and going, man, I don't want a permanent -1 until a few. No way! That is a sucker's bet. If I have to pick 1, I'll have that it has more of an effect than I wanted to. I'm not sure what that means exactly. I guess it's too good at being frightful. Maybe it starts attacking my party by accident. I don't know, but that's what I'm taking. Your spell effects much more or much less than you wanted it to. There we go. But it will certainly help. There we go. You probably have chosen Black Magic Council to cast damaging spells, but let's see how you handle the situation with non-damaging spell. Yeah, I'm curious to see what's gonna happen now. Oh, these hooks, man. They're the worst and the best, and also the best. The demo I've seen was inspired by the Dungeon World RPG, more specifically by the Dungeon World Alternative Playbooks, third-party supplements Mage Playbook, as I like its magic system more than the one in the core book. A fantasy hack of the Apocalypse World engine. Powered by the Apocalypse, aka Apocalypse World Engine, is a very non-crunchy and storytelling-focused game system. The GM creates dramatic conflicts and struggles for the PC, and all players share the responsibility for shaping the story in the game world. The classes are called playbooks, and each playbook includes all you need to quickly create a character, including a list of names, looks, and selectable gear. More fun Apocalypse World Engine and associated hacks. For those interested, full-size preview. I want to play Dungeon World. I've heard about it. I've certainly heard about it, but I've never had a chance of actually playing it. That is a game I want to play one day. It's just kind of hard when, I don't know, like, I just never really met anyone that played it, and that's something that I'm not sure how to approach or breach into, but it's definitely something I feel like I need to play eventually, and like this little situation we just had just adds more to the fire that confirms that, no, yeah, this is definitely something that needs to happen. Addendum, I'm afraid I am far more a collector of RPGs than a player, due largely of my disinterest in social interaction. The fact that each RPG book contains countless potential stories thrills me and drives me to acquire even more of them. I mean, for what it's worth, Belmore, in normal social, comprehension, I'm relatively antisocial. Just putting that out there, And I mean, I'm willing to back on the anti-socialism if it means to do some roleplay in that sense. It's something that's, playing games, reading about them is fun, but playing them is something completely different, Would people be interested in doing a Patapon campaign of something? I think that I would. I don't know what. I don't know how it'd be organized. I don't know how this would, be finagled together. But if people are interested, I am definitely interested too. Leave something somewhere. let's try to build that together. It's a good, yeah. I'm putting a formal announcement here in the start, but kind of after already start part of the normal video, that I am interested in having a Patapon roleplay something. I think that'd be super cool. Just putting that out there. Meatball right here. Dear Alcow, boo! Oh man, you scared me. It's quite possibly the last powerful Wizard Primetime Power Hour Spectacular-tron of the year 2016, Part 7. I miss you, Woodwood. Westwood. Wedwood is a completely different thing. Westwood is a show. That's all I know about it. Legend of Kyrandia 3, Malcolm's Revenge. Kyrandia Night Music. Uploaded by Mulula in 2009. A bunch of classical music composers are drawn from the aeons of time and put against each other in a big old slugfest. Obviously, this will be the work of a powerful wizard. But who wins the fight? Considering Beethoven has a history of breaking the pianos he used while he plays, I'm putting my money on him. Of course, I'm assuming it's when he's younger, not when he's old, dying, and blind. But, you know, when he's, you know, in prime of his life, my bets are on the B. One day, wake up to find yet another powerful wizard boon left on your doorstep. The boon grants you a one-time ability to rename anything or anyone, with history also being altered that it was always named like that. Renaming a thing will also cause it to be renamed to the closest equivalent in other languages too. What do you use this awe-aspiring power for? Man, that seems ripe for abuse, doesn't it? Because, I mean... But at the same time, like, so will that, like, I'm just afraid, like, so can this alter history? Because if someone, like, if I change, like, a Dukes to, like, Duck Butt Zone, and suddenly he loses all his powers because no one can take him seriously, like, that could alter history in a way I can't predict. On the other hand, I find that the name of stuff all over the place is pretty rad and okay. I'm not exactly sure what to... You know what, just so I have less cheese, I have more no cheese options, suddenly the word cheese is replaced by the word... I don't want to be too gross. So let's just call it... You know what? They never named the cheese. They just kept it in the name of fermentation. So everyone is aware they are eating something literally rotted. It's subtle, but maybe it might do a thing. Or people are not gross by fermented things afterwards, in which case... That's a net positive, probably. 3, you're having cereal one day, but then a powerful wizard comes along and brings cereal mascots to life to fight for the dead for your entertainment. Who's your money gonna be? Well, dude, it's gonna be Tony the Tiger. It's a tiger against what? Like a leprechaun and a pirate and a toucan? Like, dude, a tiger's gonna kill them all and eat them. It's gonna be super gross and bloody. What does a powerful wizard doormat looks like? Well, as you probably know, to the untrained eye, it just looks like a regular doormat. And to the trained eye, it still looks like a normal doormat, except there's a little tingling of something afoot. Really, like, it's about the other senses that are kind of weird about a wizard's doormat, but you really specifically mentioned the looks. A powerful wizard come along and choose what happens next. Powerful wizard comes along and walks into a bar and says, "Ouch, my forehead." 6, what would you buy a powerful wizard for Crimbus? A rocket launcher. 7, what kind of resolutions would you expect a powerful wizard to do for a New Year's Eve? Or New Year. The powerful wizard, well, I would expect them to do are resolute to finally master the powers of nuclear fission and keep the secrets to myself. 8, if you encountered a powerful wizard with a seriously nasty case of the hiccups, how would you go about scaring them as a cure said hiccups? I would pretend to be a nefarious barbarian in disguise with my magical anti-magic axe up to cut up his beard. He'll be too preoccupied running away using magic, and then his pickups will go away. Alas, none of the boons involve slime PCs and Dungeons and Dragons. It's okay. It's alright. You know what? We can live with the reality of our realities. Filthy Pot is next. Man, I was kind of drinking this groove, man. But there's got a Crazy Bus! Oh, Breakcore Remix by Couple of Muse. Naturally. Yeah, I mean, it is recognizable. It's really soft, though. Not that I mind particularly. Hiya! As you may or may not know, the makers of Pathfinder RPG are making a sci-fi game called Starfinder. So thousands of years in the future of the Pathfinder universe, with fantasy races like elves, dwarves replaced by aliens and androids. Which of the following classes would most like to play? Well, okay, you got give me a choice. Let's see. Soldier, heavy weapons armor specialist. Example, Master Chief. Operative, lives by stealth skills and wits. Example, Han Solo. Envoy, charismatic leader, gives bonuses to their teammates. Example, Captain Picard. Mechanic, works with technology, computers, and robots. Example, Tony Stark. Mystic, has psychic or magic powers like a cleric or oracle. Example, Yodi. Technomancer, wizard equivalent, channel magic through technology. Example, Warhammer 940k Tech Priest. And Solarian, warrior mystic, draws powers from universal energy. Example, Luke Skywalker. Well, I mean, like, some of the choices, like, you got... First one is just a warrior, second is a rogue, third is a bard, fifth is a cleric, seventh is a wizard. There's only, like, 2 of them that are really unique. And even then, like, last one could be a magus, really, honestly. And now I'm thinking about it, mechanic could be basically an alchemist. They didn't stray too far from the tree, but there's no barbarian. I'm kind of sad about that. I would probably be Mystic, though. Mystic sounds pretty rad because it's not quite a cleric oracle, it's kind of its own thing. I think that could be cool, so maybe that's where I go, but it's hard to tell. There's no barbarians. Where's the Wookiee option? Why is that not a thing? Zachary, it's ye! Oh, cow. Christmas holiday season was nice, wasn't it? Anyway, I thought I made shallow questions before you read them. But it turned out to be really something special, and there's quite a bit on my mind, and I still wish to speak about them. I never would have imagined that you were once arrested as a child. You don't give yourself enough credit there, cow. Just realizing now how far you've really come. Not just from the start of your LP journey, but your life. It really takes an ox-load of strength to shrug off a past like that to reveal a cheery exterior. Given you have told your story about your days at school, I feel the need to give mine as well. My school experience was incredibly different from yours. First of all, I approached people instead of the other way around, though calling me a social child was a bit of a stretch. I often sat at an empty lunch table at lunch and conversed with people near me, even if they were alone. I made a few friends this way. I was also pretty brave as a child, once breaking up a fight all on my lonesome, what I would still consider the most heroic moment of my life. My closest friends were actually the teachers, but I also had a fair few friends among the students. I was also accompanied by a teacher's aide for most of my schooling career, who were all thankfully very nice, but I had a few unpleasant habits, and I still had a bit of an awkward teenage phase, not helping by moving. Strangely, it wasn't until college when the old motivation took a hit, but I still managed to find my way by the end of the class's lifespan. Keeping good graces with a teacher was enough to keep me going in a vast majority of cases. That brief autobiography aside, I didn't expect that to be the poem of the day last week. It was rather blunt on the terms of writing, but pretty unorthodox. Interesting combination there. Poems are actually pretty free-form these days, with beauty being in the spark of creativity between the line. It's your boy! Okay. I can't even continue the rest with a straight face. Well, we got a YouTube here with the It's a Boy. It's a Boy, the music. Zelda, the one of Gamelan OST Staccato Graveyard, uploaded by TZMG. This poor song. All the music in those games are just so woefully generic. Questaug, I think. Then all the numbers are crazy pants. Why do people just use an excuse to cover up that they goofed? Human nature. It's too hard to admit your own mistakes. You know there's something wrong, but you can't quite feel it with the long pointer finger. What is it? That you're the numbering, like you just put 23. Don't think I didn't notice. 407, it's not even like the number 0, it was a letter O. Is everything plain as day now, or is it dark as night? Oh! What a song. What a song. It's because it said song. I think the song... No, the song is like 3 billion years old. Okay, it's 1/3. Okay, fine, it's not. Let's have a real song. Man, in 8-bit, naturally, to avoid the copyright. I appreciate that. BG staying alive for a Game Boy. You know how you mentioned Diablo 2, that one Final Fantasy? Well, they would make for really good streaming games. You might even be able to re-upload them to YouTube if you desire that as content as another option. Not alone, naturally. No way. No way. Streams are an ethereal, different kind of thing than a YouTube video. Like, the streams are allowed to kind of be their own thing, be really relaxed. But YouTube need to be a little punchier. It's a condensed bit of goodness, whereas I find that streams are more long form kind of thing. My opinion, perhaps, but whenever I get that stream thing going, they will not I might keep them as long as I can on Twitch as VODs, but I would never put them on YouTube because the content's too different in my mind. Did your family give you some nice gifts? I know I got a few, but Christmas is a little less special for our family at the moment. I did. My mother and my godmother got me some very lovely thing. My mother got me a 50-year, integral, entire archive of that one comic strip I can't see from Mafilda. I don't know how to pronounce. And my godmother got me some candy, and my father, well, he took me to a restaurant, and he footed the bill, even though I make more money than he does, so that was his gift, and it was just the time with him, though, was gift enough, too. He was kind of a ways off. What's the best joke that a game has told you, either by visuals or by text? I'm never going to remember the silent thing. There's a lot of jokes out there, a lot of which I found funny. The answer probably isn't Earthbound, but no, maybe it's in Grandia too, or anything translated by Working Designs, really. I still love the fact that Yuffie breaks the fourth wall in Final Fantasy VII to steal your stuff. That's a creative setup, so it's always something that's in my mind. Is it because it's always kind of in my mind? Does that make it the best? Maybe. Oh no! Earthbound! Earthbound! There's a door you try to open and you speak to an NPC and the person goes, I don't know the exact phrase, but paraphrase is like, hey, can you name the name of this Beatles song? And then it says XXX Turday. And as with most conversations, you have a choice between yes or no. And yeah, that's the joke, but it took me by surprise and I laughed quite a bit when I got that back in the days. And yeah, there we go! I remembered something. Is that washing machine down there secretly a sloshing machine? Naturally, no. What? Do you ever remember that I sent you Mario Maker level last holiday season? I do! I made other people play it. I'm Mario Maker. I don't even know where my disc of it is. When do you think Hard Light is going to be marketable? As soon as it exists, yo. 7. What is your opinion on ceiling fans? Ceiling fans are the best, and my life would not be the same without one. Let's end this with a display of fireworks. What's your favorite tradition for this time of the year? Since the VCR is sadly kicking the dust a long time ago, I could not participate in my pastime of watching How the Grinch Stole Christmas. I don't think I really have much of a tradition, honestly. Other than seeing family, but we don't have a tradition. There's not really any activities or things like that. It's just not. I don't know. Maybe we're bad people. Well, 2016 sure happened. It was a thing. Now on to a good number of people also chomping at a bit to get some questions out there. Also, as a last note, I wish I could be part of that hypothetical session with Belmore. These Patapon people are cool people. I agree. They're the best. No bias here or anything. Alex! Hi now, a long-time viewer starting about 8 years ago in a recent Patapon. I'd first just want to say thanks to you for all the fantastic videos. And actually another thanks to the Talkhouse for all the amazing projects they have done, like the Advent Christmases, ESMT, SMBXT, etc. I feel like if it wasn't already wrapping up, if I wasn't already wrapped up in so many other things, I've gone to the whole Talkhouse thing. It just seems like one of the best online communities, having some great ideas and talent. Have yet to catch up on all the Patreon videos, so I apologize if these have been asked already. Doesn't matter, yo. This video, every video is probably the first for someone. I never got a full chance to play the old Rayman series when I was younger, but after watching a long play of Rayman 3, I found it fantastic and really liked how there was a definite change in the feel of the game about halfway through. Still nicely funny all the way though, but adding some gravity. Well, this is something that I wish more games nowadays would re-explore. What are your thoughts about the Rayman series? I've never played any of them on my own, so I don't really have any thoughts. Sorry. One day it's gonna change. I'm pretty sure one day. Like one of the. I thought someone was beseeching me. One day, I'm sure, like, there's now that you got some of the Rayman games on Steam and whatnot. It's pretty much guaranteed that one day I'm gonna play one, but as of yet, I still haven't played any. Do you have any favorite comedians? Personally, I love Eddie Izzard. I mean, most of the comedians I know are in French, so, so that's kind of, you know, like, we should always say, that's probably my favorite comedian. So if you're really good at understanding French Canadian, because dudes speak really quickly, there you go. 3. Something I remembered from the earlier is that you're a root beer drinker. Heck yeah! Do you have any favorite root beer sodas in general? Personally, I love trying unique and even unusual sodas. Sodas is one of those things where I want to explore a lot, indeed. Cream soda, I think, is amazing. Like, sometimes I'll just take, like, an orange pop. That can be really good. Root beer is probably my favorite, though. It's like this, but, like, it's a classic for a reason. It's really good to the taste. Had really unusual stuff, but nothing comes to mind particularly right now. But yes. Do you have a favorite type of chocolate? Like milk chocolate, dark chocolate, with or without other things inside? Clearly, I don't have a sweet tooth. I like dark chocolate, and I'd rather it not have anything within it. Like, I like to concentrate on the chocolateness of the chocolate. Milk chocolate is fine, though. But, you know, over time, I've gradually found milk chocolate to feel a little bit lacking. But it'll do into nothing. Thingamajig, doohickey, or whatchamacallit? Are there French-Canadian French equivalents to those words? Un cossin, un truc, un quelque chose. Are words for an object of which the name doesn't quite come to me are a lot shorter. I'm flying out for the holidays tomorrow. I'm downloading the audio versions of the Patreon videos for airplane listening material. Have a great holiday, everyone. Alex. Well, have a great holiday to you, Alex, and I apologize for those videos. SAJur is here with a single question. What is it going to be, while making us listen to Angels We Have Heard on High by Lion K, uploaded by Four Falls in 2008. I'll keep my letter Q simple. How was your Christmas? It was fine. I've seen some family members I haven't seen in a while. I'll admit, I was a bit distant in the family side, but I don't know why. I just didn't feel like saying a lot. One of the kids was sick, but I mean, otherwise, that's, you know, that's what happens. And I got to see my dad, and, you know, we chatted, and he made me met his friend, quote unquote. But it was a good time. Like, there's nothing especially special that happened, per se. But it was just all a pleasant, good, jolly, positive, mostly time. I don't know why I added that positively there. It's only by instinct, because it was a good time. I always find it a little bit tiring, because, you know, I'm an introvert. This is But, for what it is, I thought it was nice. You know, it's an alright time. Times that are alright are alright. Nick of Fire. Funny thing you mentioned Zelda 2. Because I remember being terrified by the actual player death effect, but I have no memory of the game over screen. Wasn't even aware there was a game over screen in Zelda 2 before I saw it online. Memory's a funny thing. Whatever, here's some music, which I will copy paste in after browsing YouTube aimlessly for an embarrassing amount of time or something, I don't know. Alright. This is a metal version of that one Christmas song. You know, that one, yeah. See, you put that down there. Here, an alternative. Should that one be blocked or finished before you're done with this block of nonsense? Yeah, music is blocked. Not available in the world of Canada. No, it's not even blocked in Canada. It's just not available, period. Future Crew Network, uploaded by Tron Laser in 13. Ooh, I got a slight little hiccup there. Now, here's some questions I thought of along the week, and something I thought of just now, maybe. If you had to choose, which would you say to be the best / worst of your LPs of 2016? I don't remember the full list. My Jump, I think, was my best. Drama Mystery 2 was a big disappointment, especially after we kind of hyped it up for ourselves. Yeah, that was unfortunate. It's not a big deal that you're not streaming. I personally prefer Let's Plays anyways. Which do you prefer? I obviously prefer Let's Plays, but I like streams as background noise, but that's the thing, it's background noise. If I'm watching something I'm gonna actually watch and pay attention to, I'd rather it be a Let's Play. What's your favorite obsolete technology? Tapes. Oh hey, it was Decemberween last week, and when you read this out loud next week, did you get any cool gifts? I mean, you've seen most of the gifts on the internet. I posted them, all of them. One a day, sometimes 2 a day. What is your stance on fireworks? Cool, awesome, or both? I'm kind of tired of fireworks. Like, they just don't do anything for me anymore. I think I'm broke as a human, but like, I'm just into like, yep, pretty rad, but then done, it's like, yep, just rad. Yo. Approximately how, oh boy, I gotta read this. Approximately how goddamn fucking terrible is the weather? It's nice. Right now it's nice here. Lots of snow, not that cold, although there's ice everywhere. Because it's not cold enough sometimes, the snow melts, but then it freezes afterwards, so everything is ice. That's always a good idea. But otherwise, it's not actually that bad. It's pretty decent here. Sorry about Northern Europe. Powerful hindsight seer allows you to redo something that in hindsight you could have done differently. What do you do? You know what? I think I might have quit my job earlier and started going on the whole Patapon thing earlier. I honestly, like, I'm living the dream now, and the thing I could have avoided that extremely hyper stressful 2.5 years of my life probably would have done well for my health. I'll take this opportunity to express my admiration for Let's Players' skill to come up with stuff to stay on the fly. If I try Let's Playing, it would start an awkward silence, punctuated by stuttering, mumbling nonsense, and slowly degenerate into dead silence, punctuated by frustrated cursing and angry non-words, such as "Mroha!" Also, Belmore received a couple of new. Honestly, that was pretty rad. Like, what am I even saying? I just, LPing is pretty rad, but it's something you can work at. Of course, being good at improvisation is gonna help you a lot, but whether you want to or not, it's something, it's like anything, it's something you can train yourself at being bad, it's something you can become better at, given enough time. Also, Belmore received a couple of new Lamentation of the Flame Princess books today, so expect something about them in a coming Patapon, probably not next week's one, but you know. Yay for Christmas! Yay for Christmas indeed. Whoopar! Also, now count New York is both the city, New York City, and the state in which Nike exists. Also, New Jersey's not that bad, parts of it anyway. Sadness. I used to go on vacation to one of the smaller cities on the South Jersey shore. It was actually pretty nice, no Bahamas or Jamaica or anything. It's close to home and it's got a beach, so it was fine. This was the New Jersey Information Tour, brought to us by Whoopar. Thank you for your services. Bullmore again! Bonus con in honor of the last Patapon video of the year, and Mickle Fire, this shall not wait, because I just received the latest Lamentation of the Flame Princess books. If you are running a campaign, whether in a published setting or a world of your own creation, how willing would you be to wreck some established part of it that are dear to you in order to add more punch and adventure? Extremely so. I am If it makes for a funner, better time for everyone, oh, definitely. In this case, the wrecking is done by a bunch of giants riding in a sky fortress. The giants in question, resemble centaurs if you use the front half of a shark and the body of an elephant, and if sharks had big beefy arms with wickedly clawed hands. Now, how would you flavor these giants? Are they 1. Space alien? They take the above description and add, sharks and elephants have been designed by H.I. Giger. How did they get here? 2. Angels, more specifically of the fallen variety. They are descendants of fallen angels. Maybe there's some other variety of mythological lowlife. 3. Mutants. The intestines of the giants were less hideous and gigantic. Are the species in danger of mutating if they stay in the Sky Fortress for too long? 4. Shark elephants. They are literally sharks and elephants soon together, mad scientist style. Some beefy arms run for good measure. Is their creator still around? My answer would be 2B. Angels, except not fallen or anything. That's just what angels look like, and people have been interpreting them wrong since then. It's the rapture, Charlie Brown! There is a similar questionnaire for the origins of the Sky Fortress. Spoiler, the giants did not build it, they just found it. I've enjoyed writing it ever since. The above is from Broodmother Sky Fortress. Buying any other adventures is throwing your money away. That's a pretty good tagline. On to other things. First, some appropriate music. Wait, so we got like double Millmore today? Man, no wonder. No wonder this list today, this week seems so big. Charlie in the Factory OST Tunnel Ride unreleased. Okay. The year 1617. Are you bad enough dude to infiltrate a place nobody else has been able to return from? Lucia de Castillo's chocolate factory, Castilla Chocolataria, in northern Friesland. The French merchants who have approached you are willing to pay handsomely for each and every piece of information or sample that you can provide. The products of the Castillo factory are centuries ahead of their competitors, and you are desperate to know her secret. A sample or taster, if you will, of what you might encounter while exploring the factory. Poison disease called irresistible smell. You begin to smell delicious. At first, you just attract animals to lick you all over, but after a while, the effect intensifies. Now, a character near you must make saving throws to keep themselves from tearing into you, teeth and nail. The only cure is to mask the smell coming from your body, hopefully before you're reduced to a gnawed skeleton. Oh, geez, that's pretty grody. If you can do a death metal growl, now's the time to use it. Blood in the Chocolate is a fun Charlie in the Chocolate Factory inspired adventure. Well, fun for the GM anyway. Players whose characters end up deformed or consumed by their companions might have differing opinions. As with most lost adventures, viewer discretion is advised. From the back cover blurb, Blood in the Chocolate is a psychosexual romp that pits characters not just against their enemies, but against their own twisting, melting, inflating, or poisoned body. Happy New Year! That went in places. Alright, hey, now it's Duker. Music, Swedish for music. Oh, wow, this is the Swedish music vocabulary learning transition period. Built to Scale OST version, Rhythm Heaven by Silver Gunner. You won. That's okay. You wander down a dusty road, you meet 2 wizards. I mean, what else would you meet? The first wizard, sporting purple drapes, offers you a rainbow-colored concoction of unknown qualities. The second wizard, with no outstanding outward looks, offers you a magical leaf he found during his travels. He promises it is quite amazing by his standards. Now then, which one of the 2 would win in a battle? The Drinky Man. There we go. Dude is impressed by leaves, man. Like, what do you expect? Ooh, music's taking a turn. Random short stuff from D&D 5th Ed campaign I'm in. So we're currently casually visiting Hell, as you do, and we might be murdering the entirety of the crew of the boat that will take us to the 7th level of Hell. 5th level, sorry, then to the 4th, then back to the 1st level. Good times. Also, we may have a flying city. Radical. Also my character is the only surviving character that we started with. Oh, technically not, as he sort of committed a very undetailed assisted suicide to reincarnate in a new body, so a couple of pissed off nobility dragons wouldn't find him. Bummer. Mary Fairy. Larry Gary to you. When you sum up several, like, year-long session, yeah, it was at some point you end up in a really weird space-time. Hey, it's Red Mage Mike! So I've been subscribed for a while now, figured it was about time to get off my lazy butt and actually log in and check these vids. I guess I could ask a few Qs when I'm here. Did the shirt fit, or is it now an awkwardly shaped blanket? It's a tiny little bit too small. But like, as I said, I'm in the process of losing weight, and getting into that shirt is one of my short-term goals, so don't worry about it. What's your favorite opera? Unless you find opera to be a boring snooze fest, in which case, sadness. I don't have any experience with opera, the same way I don't really have any experience with theater, musical theater. It's not that I'm not interested, it's just I never really had the occasion, so really I don't have much of an opinion. I'm sure it's alright, I just don't have, I don't think I have the necessary vocabulary, like musical vocabulary, to probably, like, properly enjoy an opera. But, I mean, I'd be willing to give it a try. It's just I never really got a chance. Do you enjoy any visual novel games, e.g. Hotel Dusk, and have ones that you want to look into? Or do you find visual novels to be a boring snooze fest, in which case, sadness? Same as 2. Just never really tried any. I got Love at First Sight over Christmas. That's a visual novel. So if I find time to play video games, I might play that. It's not a high priority, but it's a possibility. 2016 was extremely garbage, at least for me, but I'm still optimistic about 2017 being better, even though it's just an arbitrary beginning/ending point. Anything in 27 that you look forward to? Season 2 of One Punch Man show, and Season 2 of Boku no Hero Academia show. So if you're into Japanese study into American comics in anime form, 2017 is there for you, possibly. That's all for now. Let's see if I remember to actually watch the next video. Thanks! No, I tried typing this on my phone, for it was near impossible. Stupid no-line breaks. Yeah, this is... Why are you still there, Belmore? The Patreon writing thingamajigger is not the best, but it's not something I have much control over. Belmore, is there like a 4th time? Assuming you use a 5th add reincarnate spell as written, how would you rate your feelings on a scale of delighted to enraged? If the DM had used a reincarnate table from a previous edition, he came back as an animal or a centaur or some such. As long as I have access to all my pizzazz, I'm fine. Like, if I get reincarnated as a squirrel, I'm afraid I'd lose out a lot of my abilities, in which case it just kind of sucks. Might as well just kill me and try another reincarnate spell, if you don't mind, and we got a diamonds to spare. Because, like, that's just like, when you remove options, that's just never fun. That's just outright never fun. But, I mean, if my options do not get removed, then I'm all for it. Like, I get attached to my characters, but I find that, you know, any physical modification that happens along the ride is just part of the unpredictability of life, you know? I wouldn't say I acclaim it, but I don't mind when it happens, you know? Yes. Zen3R0 up. It's time for a Patapon request. Oh man! Grab the Inspirations book, flip to a random page, read a poem on it. That page doesn't have a poem, read the next poem you find from turning a page or two. Give us a reflection on what you read with as much or as little detail as you want. Merry Christmas to you, Cal, and to all other great Patapons and saucepans alike. Alright, let's see. Yep, the book is within arm's reach. So let's flip us to a random page. On page 61, the poem is called Peace of Mind. It's on the page. The page is on the page. Peace of mind, let's go. Be content with what you have. Rejoice in the way things are. Then, if changes need to be made, with peace of mind, you'll go far. When you realize there is nothing lacking, the whole world belongs to you. Your needs, your wants are gone in a flash. You have a different point of view. Your treasure trove is in yourself. It contains all you'll ever need. You're remarkable. You can do anything. In every venture, you will succeed. This is like a Hallmark card, except longer. I mean, alright. That's what it's supposed to be. It's supposed to be a feel-good book, but it's a little bit on the nose, for my taste. Sins, Cow. Hey, Cow, posting this on Christmas Day. Have some music. I'm sure you know the star as well. Has been stuck in my head. Well, in my head for a while now. My brain autocorrects typos like happens to everyone automatically. That's just how we're made. Generic Ka featuring Cow Lullaby, uploaded by Generic Ka in 2010. 2010, that's been a while. Man, this is gonna make me feel embarrassed. Anyway, before I begin, the reason there are so many babies in my RPG thing is because it's kind of the NSFW nature. That and the rolls are bad, low chance of pregnancy, and the dice gods decide to get just in the range of pregnancy, XD. Oh yeah, yes, the cowgirl is like a minotaur. That's... You guys, this game is weird. In any case, M was researching on a corruption that took hold of Hawk and a gnoll by the name of Tears. During the fight with the dragon, the duo managed to release the demon's essence hold on Tears and slew it, one of M's attack, causing bits of the gnoll's soul that the demons consumed to be released. Unfortunately, M was too weak to do another ritual, so they had to postpone the exorcism for Hawk. The next day, the group began the transplant of Alron, the plant lady. The dice gods was really unhappy with us during that. And the group that moved her fumbled a lot, but eventually got her into the farm after much trouble. Blitten was there, but mocked the movers when she could have easily used her nature walk to move to Alron all by herself once the deed was done. Hogg then led a group of kobolds to a nearby volcano, along with Jiklok, who nature walked them there, where they discovered a ruined kobold red scale aspect temple, which used to worship the god Pyrite before it was burned down by the flames of the Bright Ones, quote unquote. As they were prospecting for ores, the kobold managed to mine up a good supply of pirate's blood before the party had to flee from giant salamanders that swam in the lava lakes and the caves. Meanwhile, the lizard man Eratune was exploring the lakes around town and discovered an underwater kobold aspect temple. This one is for the blue scale god Hydrix. Unfortunately, the dice gods were not friendly with the encounter roll, making him encounter a nightmare level creature, a jellyfish lady. Oh no. Find the final boss of Pokemon Sun and Moon. Oh man, I'm making a modern video game joke. What? Arakun only escaped with his life due to jellyfish lady forgetting that she wanted to do with him, allowing him to slip free of her grasp, though the venom did a number on him anyways. Once he recovered, he went back to the lake, encountering a patrol of non-humans who were unfortunately friendly to the lizard man. Unfortunately, as he was on the way back to town and informed them of the friendlies, the Megalodon appeared, took a nip out of the lizard man for getting distracted by fishes and swam away. Bitten by a random dinosaur. Sure. Hawk got his demon exercise as well. Kind of wrote this part later than the first segment. Almost at the cost of the Air Guardian's Lee life. What's that? Oh, the Air Guardian named Lee. Like, okay, there was a whole bunch of other adventures, like Arakun attacking a transport vessel, was headed to Steam Spire, the city where the arena is, and few interactions between characters. Anna, my Arachne character's main objective, is to bring back her species from extinction, has another baby before the first one she had here hatches. Jiggs, Hannah's child from a slime as a father, and Solalia's child hatch, making an orange-red marbled-looking slime with a yin-yang pattern corn. They named the child Julia. Okay. Anna's... like, everyone's got crazy names. You got this super weird, multicolored yin-yang slime, and its name is Julia. Anna's first child here, the one she had was Jiklok, was visited by Vidya and given the powers of the primal flame. Even before she hatched, Anna got freaked out by the runes that appeared on her child. Had a dose of Mook Fields the other day too, using another character who was searching for a Master Sin. Stumbled upon some bandits who were a day from retiring, leaning on a tree to hit their stash as they were going to turn it in and live peacefully. Shizuka Hane, my living sword character, was unfortunately cut down by the bandits, though they believed that she was a demon and not a living sword, so she still lives. She felt sorry for killing these bandits she did, though, after watching them mourn the death of their friends. She was trying to go non-lethal, but they kind of forced her to kill when they surround her. Lastly, the expedition to the capital of Northern Mountains are underway. I believe Alexis and Amelia are heading to the mountains, while Hart and her dragon mount Drac, Athena, one of Anna's children, Agnes, the cowgirl, Mel, the messenger, and Drac, a more intelligent gnoll, go off to the capital. Anyways, questions. First, relating to the music. That's not. What are your thoughts on peeps cutting stuff from your video? I think it's great. Making songs out of it. I love it when people do remixes of my silly things to make silly music. I wish it had, like, there was a time where it had a lot. It kind of stopped. It makes me a little bit sad, but I was always a pleasant surprise to find out. Not so much a question, but relating to RPG stuff, maybe you could use these characters playable with a slight modification. Monsters, so are these like slime people? Let's take a quick look to D20 PFSRD, which is the Pathfinder resource thing. Yo! Meformus blob coalesces losing around in the form of a humanoid figure as it stabilized intricate details emerge. Yeah, that sounds pretty rad, honestly, looking at this. This looks pretty good, actually, too. They get like not Transformers, but Terminator arms and everything. Yeah, their stats are way up there too. No, this sounds pretty rad. Yes. I mean, it's not everyone would be okay with, with you playing as specifically a monster kind. Not always, but I mean, if I had a lenient enough DM, oh, totally. From Bro, if a character consistently rolls critical failures, should I let them die to appease the fumble demon? No. You must face the fumble demon eye to eye. It is your duty as the player. From Jicklock, what is your policy on the many flavors of Gatorade, and would it be practical for an alchemist to call it a slow use recovered potions of form? Honestly, I think it's the other way around. I think alchemists should take their, extremely descriptive potions and give them more marketable names. So I would consider that the other way around. But if you must, I'm totally in agreement with you. Anyway, that's it all for now. Thanks for your hard work, Cal. May the next year be great for us all, till the exclamation point. P.S. If anyone here is interested in the RP, I can link you to RP Archives. If you message me, Hog is thinking of getting more players too. Yeah, guys, if you want to go in an SFWS, like, not safe for work campaign where everyone gets babies and everyone gets tortured and torture other people. Pizza Pony! Last thing of 2016. It sure happened fast. It sure did, buddy. Music sure happens now. Music happens always. As long as man was... Oh, Gokuju Parodius. Cat Battleship Forever. Oh, man. You're speaking my language here, Benny. Benny, it's not your name. It is now. Benny Pizza, how's it going? Well, there's just a few, then into the finale. Which one win a fight? A fully grown Kodiak bear, a fully grown silverback gorilla? That's a really good question, honestly. Bears are really strong, but I think a gorilla might actually win, just by being stronger, and bears are typically cowards, even if they look frightening. So I would give it, my heart vouches for the bear, but my brain votes for the gorilla. Does that make sense? Which would win, Cal versus the world? Probably the world. 2, being that you were completely self-employed this year, last 2 years, honestly, I think. I guess that means that you'll owe taxes this year. But this also works like that in Canada. Yes, I do. I need to pay taxes on all very fine and generous contribution y'all make. always makes me a little bit sad. Who dares to try to stop the time bomb? One was Mario. When and Luigi. Both are there together. When this gyromancy tells us will come in 2017. Lots and lots and lots of rhinoceroses falling from the heaven. Here it is, my grand finale for you all. Stop the music and play the whole video. Alright. We just got started with Gokujo Parodius. End of 2016.
Hey there, Raocow.
Hey.
What a lovely view, isn't it?
It's a pretty nice place, actually, yeah.
You live about 819 miles that way.
It's very not snowy in your area.
And the sun is bright.
That is... Sun tends to... How does it get tree views?
Since 2016 was such a bad year for everyone, figured it all ended out in a fun way.
Wait, this is 7 minutes?
I'm going to attempt to shoot this little ball from...
It's an atomic fireball candy. Because I need to read annotations as they come by.
At this piece of wood.
Is there anything other instructions? Nope. So this... Hope y'all are sitting comfortably.
Of how the sights are for trying to hit this.
This piece of pony tries to shoot a piece of candy with a gun in his yard, shooting the neighbor's dog through a fence for 7 minutes. Alright. That one says 5.
Camera in a place where I won't accidentally shoot it, so you still get a good view.
That makes a lot of sense.
The fence is just in focus and not the ball in front of it.
Mm-hmm. That's cameras. Nah, camera knows. The most important part here is the fence. That's what we really want to.
To leave this running until
It doesn't say 5. It says 16. I made a mistake. I did out the empty space of pumping and aiming. Misses. 1. 2. 3. 4. Oh, shooting 26. I'm an idiot. 5. 6. 7. 8. 9. 10.
Okay, it's starting to get dark, so every time I miss now, I'm just going to move up a foot until I hit it.
Dude, come on, man. 11. 11 misses. Woo, they all disappeared. They all just vanished. The magic of annotations, man. Just... Whoa! That was surprising.
I don't know what happened, but I hit it. Let's see if I can find the pieces.
Just had to crank it up a little bit. At least the Lego brick is fine. That's the important part.
Defense, I found 2 little pieces.
The rest have evaporated. Congratulations.
And that was that.
First in shot around about 35 foot. That's pretty good though.
Pretty impressive.
That's like... Oh, that's a much bigger target. That's well, no, it's peeing all over the place. How indignant. Halfway through, the clip falls out. Alright, I gotta read those annotations. No, that's a terrible waste of water. What are you doing? That water could be used to wash a car or something. Burb. Okay. We're about halfway through. I don't know what that sound is.
Here you go, Raocow. I'll let you shoot one.
Oh, that's really nice of you. Alright, never did this before, so... What? Nope. What? Yeah. There we go. I'm the best. Whoa, suddenly we're inside.
Same ceiling fan, too.
My ceiling fan is a little bit different. That's a computer.
Hey there, Raocow. Well, you've mentioned how we've been able to make you open up a bit by showing you parts of our lives. And so since you've shown parts of your room, I may as well show you mine. Here we've got our
That's YouTube.
Cow homepage. And remember when I said my room is full of ponies? Oh, I wasn't kidding. Here is
wow, yeah, that's
my window, right above my computer. Here's my bottle collection and some magazines and various assortment of things, and my TV, my bookcase
there's a
where
lot of
game
stuff.
systems are, and a little nightstand, and where I keep my video games and my disco ball and my assortment of things, and a few manga way down there buried by a bunch of things.
Like, do you have a plan if there's like a fire or something?
Light. And down here is, behind my bed and between the bookcases, a ton of pony stuff.
Oh God.
And then
it's Proto Man.
Other type of things. These are all Pepsi Man.
Naturally.
He's got slid to the back.
That's a lot of Pepsi Men.
And my door.
Whoa, a door!
Flail and blowgun. And my axe.
Of course.
Other BB guns all just sitting in a pile.
You can't be a brony if you don't have an axe.
And a bunch of t-shirts that need to be put away. And my closet that I can't get into. And my other two bookcases full of pony stuff. Oh yeah, and this is on my ceiling. And these are McDonald's displays down here. Oh yeah, and foodstuffs. And well, aside from that, that's really about it, I guess.
Oh no,
So,
wait, no.
See you next year.
Oh jeez.
2017. Merry Christmas and Happy New Year.
I appreciate your willingness to open up. Well, holy cow, that's a lot of stuff you just kind of like got. Wow. I don't know. I think I'd feel like sometimes I find my arrangement a bit cluttered, but ain't got nothing on you. Man. Swirly Bomb. We're past half, but we're still a lot. It's Donkey Kong 94. What is this? Some kind of bootleg knockoff of Donkey Kong 64? Well, I mean, no. It's the prequel to Super Donkey Kong 99. Game like Donkey Kong was actually a game I wanted to suggest during the last Patapon vote alongside the DK Country trilogy. I just didn't remember until after. So I'm pleased to see it anyway. You might want to consider Mario vs. Donkey Kong for the GBA sometimes if you want more, because it's more or less a more modern take on the same concept and mechanics and such. And the cutscenes are surprisingly hilarious. Hard to tell if it's intentional or not. I heard that it's not actually as good as a game, though. Is that true? Then sequels went to some kind of Lemmings-like territory or something? Unfortunate. Quite late to a Christmas Advent party, but here is my gift of art. Hope you enjoy it. This was done a bit earlier in the year. Oh man, it's in Dropbox. It's a PNG. It's a Dropbox and G. It's a drop PNG box. Oh, it's demo and demo and demo and demo and demo and demo and demo. Balancing a pea on her leg. That is adorable. Thank you. It's just so spontaneous and sudden. Oh man. You really draw her really good, actually. These are really nice. And this was done just last week. Man, this is sibling.png. Wonder what it's going to contain. Cocaine? What? Oh! It's all the siblings looking around as if there were just, seconds before burying us alive. I mean, they're gonna do it. look at the expression of some of these. Actually, a lot of these are really good. Like, you are pretty good at this drawing thing. I couldn't think of anything suitable to put in the middle, but if you have an idea, I'll gladly amend it. It's the sky, and it's the last thing you'll see before, kind of feeding the worms, my friend. Merry Christmas! Best wishes to you in the new year, cow. Thank you for your continued dedication, providing quality entertainment for all of us. That's all I can think of to say. Music, yo, hope it's appropriately chill and festive. It's the Chill Festival Music Ground Horse. I think I made a mistake. Yeah, I put this in the wrong place. Oh, I forgot the H, so it was all like, what? The internet doesn't know anything. OC Remix 1107, Mario Kart 64, Frappe Cafe Vibe, Frappe Snowland Sherbetland by Joshua Morse, uploaded by the Overclock Remix video game music community in 2009. It was June. Sure. Yeah. This is like, elevator music, but in a hip, cool place. So I guess RPG Tales are a thing now. We started D&D 5th edition group at my workplace a couple of months ago when someone brought up the idea in casual conversation, so perhaps I should share our shenanigans as well. I'm wanting to play D&D for some time, so I'm pretty pleased to have the opportunity. Well, our group is really large, and we had quite a ragtag gang of misfit. Though it seems that some may have to drop out now, but that'll come later. Our leader is a half-elf bard that believes he's the reincarnation of a great hero, and most of his songs will tell how great he allegedly is. Being a character from previous campaigns, also starting at a higher level than us, and has really picked up some artifacts to give him the ability to fly or turn invisible. Fitting for a leader, though, if you ask me. Then there's a Dragonborn Paladin, the Bahamut, who's perpetually super serious and stone-faced and rarely speaks or emote anything beyond her default stern glare. She doesn't really understand humor and apparently is likely to not get a joke made at her until about an hour later. Her players also describe her as the mom of the group, having to keep everyone else out of trouble. We have 2 elf rangers. The girl thinks fairly standard ranger, though had some mishap I'll cover later. And the guy is excellent at shooting things, but terrible at everything else you'd expect a ranger to be good at. It also says the alignment is just true neutral, but he doesn't care about much of anything. He's just along for a ride. Next is a former pirate tiefling, demon-looking person for those unaware. Fighter dual-wielding scimitar that's pretty convinced she's the best fighter ever and drinks heavily all the time. Loosely modeled after Jack Sparrow and a street urchin drow rogue child that would rather kill everyone in their sleep than put a fair fight, who's named herself Parfait after the food she dreams of eating one day. Also means perfect in French, for those who don't know. With them is with them is a half-orc barbarian lady. That's the straight man of the trio, somehow having gotten herself room to keeping the 2 of them out of trouble and from running amok. Being a drow and a child, Parfait has trouble seeing or doing anything in daylight, so is often riding on one of their shoulders to get around. We also have another tiefling, this one a barbarian, but I never got to see her in action. I'm pretty sure she's just a smash everything barbarian. Probably my favorite character is an elderly... You are a huge group. The elderly dwarf wizard noble named Jasper Cozy Pants. TM tried to translate Cozy Pants to Dwarven, but couldn't find any Dwarven translation, so he used German as a substitute, using Wallighausen as his best guess. I mean, have to spell that. One does refer to him as Jasper Wallighausen, though. He's quick to remind them that, it's actually Cozy Pants, thanks. He's a senile, creepy old man, old even by dwarf standards, that saw the bucket list on Netflix, and decided that he should leave his questionable life and go on an adventure before his time is up. You might be wondering how Netflix works in a medieval fantasy setting. Well, one heads down to the river, the stream, as it's called, and casts their net out into the water, trying to catch these little creatures called flicks. In exchange for being released, they use their illusion magic to tell you a story. He's also a Felpacrane party wizard and has almost no direct attack spell. Primarily illusion charm things like minor illusion, mage hand, sleep, Tasha's hideous laughter. In this edition especially is probably his most used spell since it can do party tricks like making miniature fireworks or burst some confetti, used as a whoopee cushion or flavor for food or go bad. Oh, you're about to drink that fancy wine and now it tastes like pizza. Actually, that guy sounds like a blast to play with. component bomb is also a fanny pack. My character, I fear, is the least interesting of the group. I opted for a human cleric to round out the group since there are no other human, and we're light on healing spellcasting in general, and got really lucky stat rolls: 15, 10, 2 13s, and 2 16s, each boosted by a 1 for being a human, giving me 14 strength, 11 dexterity, 17 constitution, 16 intelligence, 17 wisdom, and 14 charisma. Yeah, you are kind of overpowered, my friend. Thus, what came to mind was a pretty boy prodigy that served diligently at a temple throughout his formative years, and now has decided to set on his own to travel throughout the land to help and guide others, and will prefer diplomacy over violence if it's an option, can still smite fools when push comes to shove. Clearly, this is the extent of my character designing ability. He's also a cleric of Bahamut, so that he and a paladin will have something in common. I made a draw. Luxus, pronounced Lucius. I'm good at, prove that I don't read sentences ahead of time. Whoa, it's Duder. Lots of scales. If you're into scale mail, give him a call. Wow, sorry for taking so much of your time. I didn't expect it to be that long. Hopefully I will do that next time to tell you the start of our misadventures so far. Once again, thanks for making quality videos every single day and taking the time to do Patapon videos for us too. No problem, man. And this is... I'm digging how now everyone's all about their D&D stuff going. I'm finding this fascinating. It's fun to talk about our games. I'll admit to that. Cesspool of Hatred. Hey there, everyone. It's questionable gum health, and the longest video we're probably going to have this year. Jesus, Helga. No kidding. And you are not helping. You've got several paragraphs ahead just for me. Oh boy, and we've got Jotaro Kujo Battle, JoJo's Bizarre Adventure, Eyes of Heaven, but it's by Silva Gunner, so who knows what it is, for real. So I just recently got my wisdom teeth extracted. They were starting to scrape against the side of my mouth, so I figured now would be a good time to get them out of the way. I will now proceed to terrorize everyone by describing my operation and recovery period in loving, unnecessary detail. To start me off, they applied sedation to a vein in my left hand. They tried to start with the right hand. They couldn't find a vein big and juicy enough to stick the needle into. Fell asleep pretty quickly after that, and after I woke up, they walked me over to a couch with a TV and asked me what I want to watch while flicking through Netflix. I saw that Sherlock was on there, and I got a fair dose of Sir British Name Complicated. But I saw Doctor Strange earlier this week, so I sort of went, that thing, why not? This was decent for a few minutes. I saw it before my dad drove me back home, and after I got back, I've been going through the first season on and off. Told me that I'd be off balance and loop and probably not able to walk in that well while on my numbing meds. But also I was way more coherent than I thought I'd be. First 2 days were gauze and blood all over the place, as well as a homemade ice bag wrapped around my head to ease the swelling, and antibiotics 3 times a day, oxycodone every 4 to 6 hours, and nausea meds with meals, nothing but pudding and yogurt and tomato soup with milk. The most lactose of recovery periods. Third day and fourth day I could upgrade the chewier but still soft foods like macaroni and cheese. This lactose hell continued onward. The weekend after my operation, I could eat most foods again, but crunchy and sticky foods were still out of my reach. Since I wasn't bedridden anymore for the most part and I wanted to do things outside the house, my dad and I actually went to see movies over the weekend following my teeth getting yanked out. First movie we went to see was Fantastic Beasts and Where to Find Them. Tried a local theater. Oh jeez, this is going further than I thought. We tried a local theater that we'd recently heard of that sold $6 tickets every day. Went in, seats were super nice. All of them were recliners with cup holders. Pull up a lever and a footrest would pop up, and it would just lean way back and watch some movies. It was pretty great. The movie was alright too. It was pretty breathtaking, and the sheer spectacle of it all. So it kind of had problems with tone. As in one moment you're all, whoa, look at those neato beasties! And the next are finally swung towards, Jesus Christ, everything is depressing, man, the loud sobs. Also, the action is savage as heck. These wizards dudes are really trying to friggin' kill each other, man. And then the day after, we saw Rogue One in our usual theater, where there were slightly less reclining seats and no footrests, but you could order in food and drink to eat and drink during the movie. Had little tables in front of you to put food on, was very comfortable. Overall, you wrote Rouge One was the best movie about a completely foregone conclusion that I've seen this year. And I'm sorry that your viewing experience apparently spoiled by trash poverty level theater seats. Was it one of those full-up seats that you had to keep down with your bum, and then if you went to the bathroom, got some popcorn, you had to put it down again? Those were the worst, and that's an accurate description, actually. And now, this Monday the 26th, it turns out a dentist fucked up and only removed part of my wisdom tooth on the upper left corner of my mouth. I can feel it poking out the corner in the center of the gums where my tooth once was. So I'm probably gonna need to get that taken out too. That means another day or so of blood and gauze and more healing. Yay! And because of all of this, I wanted to ask, what would be your most traumatic oral pain experience? Any botched medical treatment? What were the absolute worst theater seats you ever had the pleasure of laying your rear upon? Once was I was a child, I was riding a bike. I wasn't used to the brakes being on the handle, so I smashed my face in a bunch of rocks. Ba-ba-da-ba-da-ba-da-ba, lost a tooth. And had a lot of pain. You don't know. I don't have a lot of experience of a lot of theaters. I'm just kind of used to having kind of poopy theater seats, and I wasn't even aware that having better seats was that much of an option, but apparently it is. I'm slurring a lot of words at this point, and I apologize for that. So I apologize for that. Alright, so why don't you look at this? Gonna put down the music first, because I'm shocked at first. I was still playing. So I'm not gonna go it, because the other one's gonna go. I can read. Okay, people, like, I was reading pretty quickly there. Was I reading too quickly? If I was, Sissy declares Brian in access of base. Finally! Oh, finally! Thank you, Monsieur Blais. Wow! CRTC declares broadband internet access a basic service. That is absolutely true. In this modern age, even the government expects you to do stuff through the internet all the time. It's about time it's been considered a freaking basic service. Wow. Finally. Good news at the end of 016. Happy holidays to you, Mr. DeCow. May 2017 not suck as much as 2016 did. Oh god, this counts part of having Christmas post game. I have no more monies. Don't worry. You need to pay money. It's just suggested. Today we're ending with Umbrella Protege. Hope you had a good Christmas, Raucow Music Festival. My throat is killing me. But otherwise, I had a great Christmas. Melody of Water is a guide in spiritual mist tells of this trio music extended, uploaded by Big Village 920 in 2015. Here's part 2 of my high school French story from last time about Dylan, now canonically Dylan in my head. Side question, did you ever eat anything by Roald Dahl? He did Charles and Chocolate Factory, the BFG, Big Friendly Giant. The Witches and the Other Children's story poems, generally dark material wrapped up in a happy-looking package. Did he write a thing about the giant peach? Because if so, I did. He was definitely my favorite to write as a child, which might be why this came out as a fairly dark kid's book. Summary of part 1. Everyone hates this kid Dylan Moore, but he thinks they love him and he doesn't understand when they throw stuff at him. Townsfolk sent him out in the woods to ask why, but really to get murdered by a serial-killing bishop. That's how you would translate if I... I mean, okay. With the Bishop, second part 3 by Salad Oliver. Oliver Salad, I don't know. Dylan was happily singing while he was skipping by the dark forest, and he arrived at the Bishop's house. He danced by the cemetery and the spiderwebs before shouting, "Hello, my name is Dylan Moore. Why is it that everyone are throwing things at me, Mr. Bishop?" Menacing giant man opened the door and said, "Maybe it's because you shout too loud while in their gardens. Go away." Dylan blinked and asked, "You're the bishop, old man?" The man looked like a prisoner. "No, I am Mr. Bishop, Mr. Nicholas Bishop, and I'm not old." Dylan was stupefied. "And you're the one that killed all the children in my city?" "I don't kill them. I sell them to the circus because they're bothersome." He stopped for a moment and continued, "But they were nothing like you." "Why do you sell them to the circus?" Dylan asked. "Because their parents are bothersome also. But without children, they stay, what's here? They stay, tranquil. Dude, tranquil, like, is a word, but it's not a word. they stay calm, I guess. Because when but without their children, they stay calm. They stay out of the way. It's idiots like you are why I'm a hermit. Mr. Bishop laughed. Dylan shook his head and said, "Mr. Bishop, why did everyone throw things at me today? I have done nothing. Seriously, tell me, please, please." Mr. Bishop looked at Dylan with an evil eye and whistled. You're gonna make a great human cannonball, Dylan." Angry, Dylan started to scream. Mr. Bishop put his hands on his ears and said, "Stop! Stop! It's a joke! It's a prank, bro. It's a joke. I will tell you." His throat and said, "You're too insouciant." I know what insouciant means, but I don't know how you would translate that. So insouciant, indifferent. Careless. Careless is probably the best option here. Okay, yeah. So. Okay, so yeah. So he cleared his throat and said, "You're too careless, Dylan. You should. Vous devez vous lever pour vous-même." What does that sentence mean? I don't know what you mean there. Vous devez vous lever pour vous-même. Literally, you need to get up for yourself. Then everyone will stop hating you. Dylan kind of like did a double take, and he asked, "Really?" "No," Mr. Bishop answered. "Go away now." Dylan hugged Mr. Bishop and screamed, thank you, Mr. Bishop. You are really nice and really smart. I will stay here forever." Mr. Bishop screamed, "No!" And he ripped away Dylan from his body and continued, "I am not the bishop. Leave me alone." He opened the door and threw Dylan outside. I wasn't aware that they were inside. Okay. "Go away!" Dylan stood up and said, "Goodbye, Mr. Bishop. See you tomorrow." Mr. Bishop in his house shivered, and Dylan turned around and left the cemetery. There were some really crappy MS Paint drawings that went along with these stories, but I'll save everyone to paint because it's the holidays. Happy soon-to-be 2016 plus 1 equal X, oh cow! And may it be full of more good-natured mad ribbing. Not sure where your story goes. Like, I don't recall it so hard to follow when I read part 1. Or are you starting to be lazy when you were reading the second part? Because I would understand. With that said, thank you everyone for showing up, for being there, for being awesome, for making this possible, and for my, serve as a reminder, people are good, normally. At least you guys are. Thank you once again, and yeah, let's hope 2017 is a year to be proud of. We'll see what happens. This is raocow. See y'all in 2017, y'all. Y'all.